There you go.
Hey! Yeah, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Oh, my goodness gracious. January is in Oregon, this 2023. And today, you know what? We celebrate the fourth Sunday of this new year. This is getting started. And this is a place where many have called it their spiritual home over the years, and it's been serving up a fine dose of, I call it spiritual medicine, for over 60 plus years. We had a birthday, didn't we? A birthday party here.
We did.
Was that a 61st birthday? I can't remember.
I think there was a 96th birthday party.
Oh, goodness.
Gosh.
Uh-huh. I know there's another congregant who's going to be 90 this next week.
Well,
Oh, and there are 2 or 3 other people who have birthdays in January.
Yeah.
That not all of them are here, but we honor them all.
absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. I'll be 105 my next birthday.
Oh,
So.
my God.
So today's no different than any other day going on in this chapel, except that we're going to be hearing our senior minister, Reverend Maur Horton. Mary Horton. Maur Horton.
Whatever his name is.
How's that for a
That's going back
Freudian slip?
to Mary Midkiff.
Oh, we did have a minister here, in case you didn't know that, Mary Midkiff. But this is Sinister Minister.
Take 2.
That sinister minister, Reverend Maur Horton, is going to deliver a message later. It's called Singing as Gratitude. Singing as Gratitude. So stay tuned in. Stay tuned in. Don't leave. Just don't fasten your seatbelts. Meanwhile, let's check in and see if anyone's visiting us for the very first time. If there's anyone here for the very first time, I don't think so. Recognize everybody.
All right.
Nice looking folk. Nice looking folk. Hi, Rosa. Glad to see you back. Nice seeing you. Okay. So, let's see. We should check in and see on some of these announcements. There's some important announcements left over. We've got this, the silent auction, some things out here. There's some nice things out here. Phyllis was looking at a couple things, and she said, and I said, no, don't put $1,000 on there. And Reverend Moore came along and said, yeah, put $2,000 on there. Anyhow, there's some nice things left over at the silent auction. And I can't read without my glasses, but I can squint my eyes and get some of this.
Do you need some help?
Yeah, you help read it.
First, I got to get a copy of it.
I'm out of gas here.
I had one.
What are
Left it somewhere.
you looking for a program? Here you go. We don't do much but have fun around
Oh, we
here.
do have fun. Our announcements today include next week. Would you guess who's speaking? Ta-da! Reverend Don Kerr. Yeah. And he's going to be speaking on Celebrate Life as Source. That sounds good. Join us for hospitality following today's service. We have some coffee and some goodies down there. That'll be pretty informal. By the way, if you'd care to volunteer to help with hospitality, please just let, I guess, me or Reverend Don know.
Sure.
Yeah, all right. Our silent auction, as Reverend Don was speaking, we've got some really interesting stuff. I know we have a brunch for 2 at Marco Polo. We have also a gift card for $50 for Marco Polo. We have a week's vacation stay anywhere in the world, courtesy of RCI, Resorts Condominium International. We have wonderful artwork. We've got some interesting other little pieces. I don't know quite how to describe them, but they're things you might like to take a look. Today's our last day to bid. Our food drive continues with collection in the library. You may notice the barrel upstairs is full. The one downstairs is not. I thought I would call Marion Polk Food and have them pick it up this week. Is everybody okay with that? We'll call it for that. Okay. And we do have a good collection of household items and clothing for Helping Hands. Hopefully we can get that in perhaps this week or next. Future events. This is one that Cheryl Ostrander knows all about. She's working on it with Sandy McGann. And Soup for the Soul, a fundraiser, on the third Sunday of the month after services, starting on February 19th. Does anybody know anything else about February 19th? Just come to mind automatically. That's the day of our annual meeting. So, be here and be well fed, well souped. So you be all souped up for that meeting.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. I guess that's good enough for the announcements, Reverend Don.
That'll do it, won't it? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Anybody else got any announcement? Oh, wait. Dennis, where are you?
Who?
Dennis Shalou was downstairs. He said he had an announcement, but
Oh,
he's not here
Dennis
to do
Shalou?
it. So maybe we can catch him later after the service.
Okay. We're going to sing, aren't we?
We are.
Good idea.
Let's sing.
What are we going to sing, Darcy?
I have an old song that that I learned when I was a kid, but I think it became like a spiritual mantra for me. My friends are always telling me that when they go into a store, they know where I am because I'm whistling or singing or something obnoxious. I used to get chastised all the time in tests because I'd start humming or singing. I always tell people I have musical Tourette's. It just comes out for no reason. And I think that's why this song is mine. And it's going to start, Brent, I'm going to go. I'm going to sing when the Spirit says sing. I'm going to sing when the Spirit says sing. Sing, 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 and give thanks in the name of the Lord. I'm going to sing when the Spirit says sing. Wait, now, I'm looking at some of you, and you're not singing. Now, I know some people think they can't, so let's get everybody standing. That might help.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
If you feel so inclined. And then, even if you think you can't sing, which we can have a whole discussion about, as a choir teacher, for those people who don't know, you can all sing. But if you can't feel like you can't, then just say the words with us. Ready? 2, 1, 2. I'm gonna sing when the Spirit says sing. You're gonna what? I'm gonna sing when the Spirit says sing. Sing, 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 and give thanks in the name of the Lord. I'm gonna sing when the Spirit says sing. You're gonna what? I'm gonna sing when the Spirit says sing. Sing, 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 and give thanks in the name of the Lord. I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna pray when the Spirit says pray. I'm gonna pray when the Spirit says pray. Pray, 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 and give thanks in the name of the Lord. I'm gonna love when the Spirit says love. I'm gonna love when the Spirit says love. Love, 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 and give thanks in the name of the Lord. Go, Brent. Yeah. You got it. I'm gonna sing when the Spirit says sing. I'm gonna sing when the Spirit says sing. Sing, 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 and give thanks in the name of the Lord. There it is, Brent. There you go. That's a little earworm for everyone all day. You're going to be singing that song. I know you are.
Well, that was fun. Right now, we're going to take a moment and we're going to pray ourselves in. We have what we call an invocation. Is Cheryl here?
Yes.
There she is, hiding in the front row. Can you come forward?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Let's just kind of relax into our seat. Just feel yourself, just your whole body, just opening up and just feel all the power that is within you and just recognize that you are a powerful, powerful spiritual being, that we are manifest of this one great universal intelligence. And through this power, we have the ability to create the life that we desire. We just allow ourselves to go within and find that space, that spiritual space that is the essence of who you are. And I know that the best way, I know the best way is just to allow your spirit to just come forth and recognize with gratitude every moment of every day exactly what you have in your life to be grateful for, but also what do you have in your life that you don't have to be grateful for, that you don't have to worry about things that are not the essence of who you are, that everything that is unfolding around you is coming from within you. You are creating all the experiences, all of the joy, all the laughter, everything is all coming from within you. And I know that today, as we learn to sing with gratitude, that gratitude is the essence of what we feel today. And we take that throughout the week, just knowing that our hearts are open and full of life and love and joy. And so, with so much gratitude, I just release this into the universal law, knowing that life is unfolding in perfect divine right order. No matter how it appears, it is still the essence of spirit in action. So please join me now in saying, and so it is.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Yes, thank you very much.
Nothing like being prayed in. It feels so good. It feels so good. Well, we have an affirmation that she wants to read. We can read it here. Let's do it together, shall we? It's in your program. There's an affirmation. In one voice, let us say this. Today, I step up to the microphone of life. Here I bring my gratitude for all life and sing my song of peace, power, and plenty. The greatness of God breathes into my words and breathes out to the world in my singing, and so it is. Now we have an inspirational reading. Actually, it's very inspirational. Thank you. Shannon Preen.
So I noticed the word sing in our senior minister's talk today. So I wanted to find out just the right piece for my reading. Well, the world, or should I say Google, exploded all over my computer. I was a bit overwhelmed, so I pulled together just a few things. First, my favorite quote. God respects me when I work, but he loves me when I sing. You guys know it too. Whether you have the voice of a songbird or sound like some ball bearings in a blender, singing can have some remarkably positive effects. When you sing, you are free and your heart is open so the energies within you can flow easily. There are many scientific reasons that singing is good for you, and we'll learn more about that with Reverend Maur, but here are just a few, and they all have research behind them. Singing makes you feel better. It enhances your lung function. It helps you beat stress and relax. It builds a sense of community. It improves your memory. Singing can improve snoring. Did you know that? Does anybody have a few special people they love they want to share this with? I do. Dogs snore, but they should sing. Singing can help with pain and grief. It also boosts your confidence. How many of us felt suddenly great when we were doing the song with Darcy earlier? Boom. That's it. Then I found the story. During a morning shift change at St. Marcy Mercy Lavana Hospital in Detroit, Michigan, the medical staff were feeling weary. Their surgical floor had been converted into a department for coronavirus patients, and spirits were low. Nurse Lori Kay was asked if she would sing Amazing Grace for her colleagues during the morning briefing, so she did. By the way, that's on YouTube. As her voice soared, one of her fellow nurses filmed her, put it online, and it went viral. Perhaps that's why, as most of the world went into lockdown to contain the virus, there were many countless examples of people turning to song as solace, from Italian arias belted from the balconies to concerts on Zoom. We all connected. I'm going to leave you with these last favorite quotes. "If I cannot fly, let me sing," from Stephen Sondheim. "Without music, life would be a mistake," Friedrich Nietzsche. "The only thing better than singing is more singing." Ella Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Son of a gun. I think we're going to have some music, aren't we?
Yes.
Okay, I'm getting out of here.
Goodness, that's, yeah, what she said. I'm a choir teacher, and I live with those words. Those are. I have to talk to people about that. I have to admit that I laughed when they said in the affirmation something about being a mic or stepping up to the mic. That is probably the number one, or next to the number one most feared thing in the world, right next to going to the dentist. So funny. One day I was going to school. I was teaching at Portland State, and I don't know if you've ever been in that area, but I couldn't find a parking spot. And I was driving around and driving around and driving around and driving around and driving around. And suddenly this person pulled out, and I got in, and I got to teach my class just like seconds. And I came running in the door, and I said, thank God I found a parking spot. And I began to teach. At the end of the class, this teacher, or this student came up to me, and she said, I wish you wouldn't do that. And I was like, what? And she said, take the name of the Lord in vain. I said, I was like flabbergasted. I was like, what? When did I do that? I don't remember. And she said, well, you said, thank God. And I said, oh no, I meant that. Let me help you with that. I meant that. And I said, and I thank God for finding the right words, and I thank God for finding the right music, and I thank God for waking up on time, and I thank God for clean clothes. And I said, I guess I just live with the idea that I just want to be grateful for everything that happens, for the things that are beautiful in my life, small and large. And thank you. No, but I mean, everybody. It's like, I was talking to some friends the other day, and I said, aren't you glad that through the pandemic, our job continued? And although it was much, much harder, but we did not have to suffer with hoping that we'd have money. And I said, so every day I'm grateful for that. And somehow people kind of look at me like, oh, okay. I was taught this song when I was a little kid, and it's no piano, Brent. This one's a cappella. No piano. I know he's going, what? Snap. But anyway, I was taught this song, and I guess I think of this all the time. See if you hear what I heard. A grateful heart, a garden is, where there is always room for every lovely, godlike grace to come to perfect bloom. A grateful heart, a forest is, a staunch and rugged tower, where God's omnipotence revealed girds all with mighty power. A grateful heart, a temple is, a shrine so pure and white, where angels of God's presence keep. They keep calm watch by day or night. A grateful heart, a garden is, where there is always room for every lovely, godlike grace to come to perfect bloom.
That now carries us into the next half hour of amazing grace. Thank you, Reverend Moore.
Oh,
We're so glad that you're going to be doing the message of this morning.
I am too.
Reverend Moore was
Great.
supposed to be here last Sunday, you know,
What?
but he was at another church preaching away.
Oh, yes.
And they want him back. We
Yeah,
said,
they do.
no, we want him to switch Sunday. So we got him to Sunday. Take it over, Reverend Moore.
Thank you, Reverend Don. Thank you so much. Blessings, blessings. Oh, my dear friends, I'm truly grateful to be here this morning. In fact, I could just sing about it. You know that? You ever feel that you really want to sing about something like Darcy just did? Or I don't think I have that voice, but I could sing this. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed. Indeed, indeed. And that is our topic today, of course, singing with gratitude. You probably figured that one out already, right? Thank you, Shannon, for your beautiful sharing and original research, some of which overlapped with what I was researching. That's wonderful. You know, it takes a village. It takes a village to do this thing, and that's such a kick. It's such a joy to be here and share all that has happened, the preparations for today, the people who speak for today. For example, Cheryl Ostrander in her beautiful meditation this morning on gratitude, she talked about it like turning on a switch. Whoa, can you think about that? Or Darcy and Brent, haven't they provided us a beautiful introduction to the morning? Let's give them a little hand. That's just wonderful. And Shannon Preem brought it home as usual. And Cheryl Guest brought us a prayer that helped center us in that place where that what we talked about last week lives, that internal song, that divine goodness and light that is within us. Then, of course, our incomparable and wonderful Reverend Don, who's been our platform assistant this morning. Oh, gosh. Oh, you know, we can't forget to thank Jim Nye for setting up our cameras up here for video. And Aaron Cermak for working our sound. Isn't that wonderful? Oh, my gosh. Yes, 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 yes. Now, how many of you feel like you know what gratitude is? Anybody here just kind of feel, oh, I know what that all is? Well, I'd like to just explore that concept a little bit, okay? Just kind of delve into it. There's a person by the name of Robert Emmons who's kind of recognized in the scientific world of social research, psychology, as an expert on gratitude. He says there are like three key elements in gratitude. The first is he says, gratitude is an affirmation of goodness. Oh, that sounds good. We affirm that there are good things in this world, gifts and benefits that we've received. Well, that sounds like it came out of the Science Mind textbook almost, doesn't it? That's wonderful. In the second part, he says, we recognize that the sources of this goodness are outside of ourselves. We acknowledge that other people, or even higher powers, if we're of a spiritual mindset, gave us many gifts, big and small, to help us achieve the goodness of our lives. Well, that's really close. The only distinction I would make here in terms of science and mind principle is that we know that all goodness comes from one, comes from the infinite life that is within and around us. But what does that one do with us? It makes us, if we're open to it, if we open our hearts and our minds, that's a beautiful song it's just sung in front of us, open our hearts and minds. If we open them, we become vessels. We become the instruments. We become the instruments of peace. We become the instruments of joy. And all good things come to us in this gratitude. Now, there's a third element in here. And I will just quote. Robert Emmons says, I see it, gratitude, as a relationship-strengthening emotion. So it's emotional. Because it requires us to see how we've been supported and affirmed by other people. That makes sense, doesn't it? You get a gift, you're being affirmed by another person. That divine love comes to you in so many different ways. So many different gifts come to us as we open our hearts and minds to do that. We teach, and you probably have heard this more than once, that the universe is for us and it's never against us, right? We've heard that. You've heard it. Somebody's heard that before? Shake a head or something if you've heard it. I think. Okay. All right. Now we're talking. Now we're getting there. Okay. Now let's a little story to illustrate. As Reverend Don mentioned, I was at the Center for Spiritual Living in Portland last week speaking. They're in a process of searching for a new minister, so they're having some guest speakers come in. And I was privileged and honored to be able to do that. I talked to Reverend Larry beforehand, just to kind of get the lay of the land and what should, And he said, "Oh, don't worry about it, Reverend Moore. Just they'll love you and you'll love them." I said, "Oh, okay, I'll accept that." And they did, and we had a great time. We ended up dancing in the aisles, much as we started off today. Yeah, it was wonderful. Okay, so I'm on this high, right? I'm feeling really good, and this has been a great experience. And so I go up, and I go to one of my favorite breakfast restaurants. Have you ever been in the Cameo restaurant? No? It's at the corner of 81st and Sandy Boulevard, Northeast, in Portland. And they serve great breakfast. They're only open until 3, so you got to get there. I got there in plenty of time. So, I come into the restaurant and look around. I know there's a place. There's got to be a place, right? Well, it's full, but on the counter, right at the end, down by the end of the counter, there's a spot. So I promptly take it. And I'm very happy there. And I end up sitting next to Bill and Judy. Now, I've never met Bill and Judy before in my life, but they seem like nice folks. So I kind of asked them, "You guys eat here very often?" They said, "No, not very often. We're just in town and visiting." I said, "Wow, gee, how'd you find out about the place?" "Oh, we just bumped into it one day." I said, "Wonderful. Isn't it a great place?" "Oh, yeah." And we talked and visited and had a great conversation over really good food. I told them, of course, I just spoke at the Center for Spiritual Living. They said, "What's that?" And I started to describe spiritual living a little bit and talked about Woodland Chapel and how I get to be minister here and all that sort of thing. Senior minister. Oh, it's wonderful. So as they got ready to leave, they surprised me. They were getting ready to go, and Judy just reached over. In fact, the waitress had just put the ticket out in front of me. She reached over and picked it up and said, "We're going to take care of this." I said, "Well, thank you. Oh, thank you." I offered them blessings, and they offered them blessings to me, saying blessings for you too. Such a gift. Such a gift that just manifested out of, well, someone would say out of nowhere. It manifested out of the goodness in their hearts. That's where it manifests from, because that divine love that's in our hearts expresses itself so naturally. Now, isn't it wonderful when gratitude fills our hearts with warmth and leads us to a deeper experience of joy? I just love that. Yeah. Cheryl's meditation this morning focused on remembering some precious times in life and things to be grateful for. Now, some say that joy produces gratitude, okay? I say gratitude produces joy. It's from the foundational part of being grateful that we can be open to let the feelings of joy manifest in our lives. Yeah, that's the way it works. Now, we are grateful. And when we're grateful, we kind of let go of negative thoughts and emotions and feelings that really get in the way of that joy feeling, right? Now, we do affirmative prayer, and we bring a consciousness of goodness into our lives. But sometimes we find that the negative feelings and negative thoughts that just kind of exist in the world, kind of a collective unconsciousness. Are you okay down there, Brett? I think all right. That this collective unconsciousness kind of carries with it a burden of sorts. And the burden it comes to us in such such things as beliefs that seem to persist in our culture, such as war is inevitable. Ooh. Or the poor are always with us. Among the sayings embedded in our collective unconsciousness, some things come to us such as phrases like, keep your head down. No, don't rock the boat. I don't want to do that. Good men finish last. Oh, I hate that one. The early bird gets the worm, so get there quickly. Right? Those kind of things just kind of come to us. On a more personal level, statements can filter in from the unconscious part of the universal mind and says, I can't do that. I will never be able to afford that. No one listens to me. I'm not fast enough to speak up in time. I'm not very good. I'm always the last one to know. Unpacking and finding these thoughts and learning to listen for the truth, that is our divine life, is one of the gifts of science of mind. It truly is a gift. And it's one of the greatest treasures of spiritual mind treatment. It truly is. We love to minister to those in need. Gratitude. Gratitude is a key step in our science of mind affirmative prayer. Is everyone here pretty much familiar with the 5 steps of affirmative prayer? Not everyone. At least, okay. I'll just briefly then. Cheryl raised her hand. I briefly then would just describe, we always start our prayer by being aware of the power of life itself. The power of God, if you will, the power of spirit. And then we know that this spirit's life is perfect and it's our life now. And then we decide to declare what it is that we would like spirit to manifest in our lives. And spirit can manifest anything because it is everywhere present, always within us, always good. And so we then say, for example, I declare that my mind and heart is open to the inspiration of spirit this morning as I speak. And I declare, too, that the minds and hearts of those who hear are open to hear what it is that will help them lift their hearts in consciousness into gratitude and joy. That could be the statement part of the treatment. Then we simply say, I am grateful. I give thanks. I give thanks for all that I am, all that I have, and all that I will ever have. I know it is present right here and right now in the power of spirit. And then we just let go. We release. We let God take over. We let the law of the universe work on these beautiful statements. So those are the 5 steps. And gratitude is a key element, the 4th step. As we express gratitude, we focus on the positive, the good, and the joyful. And that's a wonderful thing. As we've already seen this morning in our meditation and in the songs that we've had and in the reading that Shannon gave us. Now, I'd like to try a little experiment with you this morning. I will mention some things that I am grateful for. My hope is that you will think of things that you are grateful for. The examples are real and they are personal. So they may seem a little wonky to you, but there they are. I am grateful for my warm, comfortable bed. My warm, comfortable bed. Now that most probably came first to my mind because I was doing my morning reflection before I got up. And kind of looking at the day, looking at what the truth of things is. And that came to mind. I'm grateful for my warm, comfortable bed. I'm grateful for my sleeping partner, my life partner, my wife, who lies so wonderfully beside me. I'm grateful for my parents. I know they did the very best they could to raise me up. I mean, they really tried, but I did present some challenges along the way. Yes, I did. I did. And I'm grateful for my brother and sisters. I give thanks for my children, all 6 of them. 2 from an earlier marriage with Nancy, and 4 from Vicky's earlier marriage with Bill. Bill passed away just about 2 weeks ago. Bless his heart. I'm grateful for my former spouses. Yeah, I really am. We both learned from each relationship. And we brought that knowledge into our current relationship. Thank you. I'm grateful for our 12 grandchildren. There's nothing quite like walking into a room and have someone say, "Grandpa," and come up and give you a big hug. Or, in my wife's case, "Nana," and give her a big hug, right? It's a beautiful feeling. It's a warm feeling. Oh, and we have a couple of great-grandchildren that we seem to keep in touch with by these video clip things, that go through Facebook. Almost daily. They're so cute. Let's see, how are we doing? Okay. I'm grateful for all the expressions of life that pop into my experience. Every day I give thanks for good health, financial stability, and the opportunity to serve our community, to be here and work with you. I'm grateful that you, each of you, is a part of our spiritual family, our community of faith and love. And I would be remiss if I did not declare that I am grateful for the science of mind, the teachings that are so clear and so moving and so with such power. They've helped me prosper and improve both my health and my sense of well-being. I'm grateful for simply being awake, alive, and aware and sharing this time with you. All right, now this was an experiment, right? The experiment was, did anything, I said, kindle anything in your hearts? Anybody get, let me see a couple hands. Okay, we got pretty good. Anybody feel so strongly about that they'd like to just state what came to their mind? Cynthia. I'm grateful for my family and my great-grandbaby. Yeah, yes, your great-granddaughter. Anybody else?
I got a lot to do with, but I want to do it when identify. I want to address
Right.
the congregation.
Okay.
I am grateful that he's coming home.
Yes, Dennis has been in the hospital for how long now? 3 weeks or 4 weeks? I don't know, a long time. And he's here. He escaped from from Avamere to come here. Anybody else have something? Camille.
I'm grateful for my ex-husband and that he's able to take care of his wife who has dementia.
Oh, yes. Cheryl.
I'm grateful that I'm awake, alive, and aware.
Hey, all right, we joined in that. Mary.
This is around my 4th anniversary of an emergency surgery when I almost didn't make it home from the hospital. So I'm grateful to be here and grateful for that.
Yes, Mary, we are grateful you're here. The other Mary in the back.
Grateful for being sober.
Oh my, yes. Oh, congratulations to you. Yes. Catherine.
I'm grateful for Simon.
And we're going to have a birthday party here for him, right? Okay. Oh, Kathy.
I'm grateful for all my relationships, and some of them are right here.
Oh, yes. We are a community of relationships. Okay, anybody else?
This gentleman over
We'll get one down here.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Cody.
Cody.
I'm grateful for my family and my ability to make music and now pursue a dream of acting.
Yeah, all right. Pursuing a dream to sit. Yes. Okay. Oh, gosh, yes. I'd kind of like to drive this point home a little bit, and I'm going to ask you to repeat these phrases after me. So listen and speak. I am grateful I am alive. I'm grateful for the air I breathe. I am grateful I'm mobile. I can move. I am grateful for my health. I am grateful for this community of love and faith. I give thanks I can sing with gratitude. Absolutely. Yes. Okay, now, as Shannon mentioned, well, there's a ton of research on the benefits of gratitude. I mean, I found one article that was entitled The 28 Surprising Benefits of Gratitude. 28. And all of them, as she mentioned, supported by some type of research, social science research, or medical research, or some kind of a combination of the two, right? Just quickly, to recap a little bit of what she said and maybe expand just a little bit. There are emotional benefits. Regular practice of gratitude makes us happier, increases our well-being and self-esteem, and there are several studies that do that. Okay. Social benefits. Expressing gratitude, listen, helps people like us. Helps people like us. Helps people, yeah. And improves romantic relationships. Well, I like that one. That's good. That's good. Increases friendships, right? And strengthens family relationships. Just being grateful, right? Personality benefits. There are a lot of them, but the ones that popped out to me were optimism and spiritual connection. Even in careers, even where you work, acknowledging the gratitude in your heart helps make a person a more effective manager. That's been researched. It improves decision making and helps people find meaning in their work if they're grateful for what they're doing, right? And as studies have shown, helps reduce turnover in organizations. Career benefits and health benefits. Well, there are many. She mentioned snoring. I remember that one. But it's been reduces blood pressure. It improves sleep, all right, and improves overall physical health. It's just crazy good what practicing gratitude does and gives so many benefits. All of these cases supported by research studies of various kinds. So we might ask ourselves, how do we get in on some of these benefits? What do we do? Well, there are lots of ways. Here's 2 or 3 mentioned in the literature, and I did a search on the internet and came across this YouTube video that features Steve Harvey, Joel Osteen, Les Brown, and Oprah. And you know, all of those folks mentioned one thing. Write it down. Journal it. Now, one person, Steve, said, take a piece of paper and write everything you're grateful for. Oh, however, it could take quite a while. Then take another piece of paper and write down all the things you'd like to see in your life, that you'd like to see manifest. Take those, place them in the hands of the infinite. Place them in the hands of the infinite. Okay? As you do that, then step away from it. It's kind of like that let go part of our treatment. And then come back to it in a month or two. See if some of those elements on the desirable side have not already become on the I have side. Okay? That's one way. Now, another way is perhaps a more traditional approach, and that's one that Oprah offered. Steve said he's been doing this, by the way, for 25 years, and it works. It still works. Oprah recommended the more traditional, write down 5 things that you're grateful for before you go to sleep at night. Okay? It's a good journal. I've done that one. Now, both of these approaches of journaling do a very key thing. They help focus your consciousness and your mind on what is good in life, what is coming to you that you love, what is wonderful. And so, in the face of gratitude, negative emotions don't have any place. They really don't. So as you focus on the goodness that you're looking for, so you can write your things down, nothing else, right? Okay, that's good, that's wonderful. Another way to capitalize on goodness is write a letter. Now you can write a letter to yourself, or you can write a letter to someone else. Either way works. And try writing one for someone else that you'd really like to thank, maybe someone that you haven't thanked fully, okay, in your life. Then, if you really want to do this, make a gratitude appointment and meet with that person, tell them why you're so grateful, and give them the letter. That will be something that moves their heart and something that moves your heart. That moves you to express gratitude. Now we've got a little time left this morning. So now I'd like to start to investigate singing. And Shannon's done a good job of getting me started on that one. But what I'd like to say is this. I came across a little story that made me chuckle. It might make you chuckle too. It may not, but I hope it does. Okay. A married couple are walking through a garden when suddenly a dog runs toward them. They both knew it was going to bite. The husband lifted his wife up to let the dog bite him rather than his sweetheart. The dog stopped before them, unsure what to do, barked, and ran away. The husband put his wife down, expecting a warm hug and a few kind words of gratitude from her. But the wife shouted, "I've seen people throwing stones and sticks at dogs. This is the first time I've seen someone trying to throw his wife at a dog." Perhaps the moral of the story is that no one else can misunderstand a husband better than a wife, or a wife than the husband. Did you hear about the breed of Italian cats that sings songs of gratitude? I hadn't either. Apparently, they're called the aria gatto. Gatto. Aria gatto. Do you know what that means? The aria is the singing, right? And gatto is Spanish for cat. Aria gatto. Anyway, back to our investigation of singing. I found this quote in our Science of Mind textbook on page 33, actually. The Science of Mind textbook is written by Ernest Holmes, the founder of the Science of Mind. Okay. We may stumble, but always there is the eternal voice, forever whispering in our ear. That thing which causes the eternal quest, that thing which forever sings and sings. To me, this little quote really solidifies the notion that the singing in our heart, the singing that comes from within, is the result of the presence of the divine. It's the presence of the internal power of life itself. That's where it comes from. So, it's only natural that there are lots of benefits from singing. Now, as most of you know, I sing with the Oregon Senate Airs, a men's a cappella barbershop-style harmony chorus. And I enjoy doing that. And I think some of these things are probably one of the reasons, or some of the reasons I enjoy it. Singing is a stress reliever. Now, the stress reliever would be measured, in this case, by testing the levels of cortisol in a person's saliva before and after singing. This effect pertains whether you're singing alone or singing in a group. It's good to know. Singing stimulates the immune response. They figured this one out by testing the levels of immunoglobulin A, an antibody that the body secretes to help fend off infections. You see, listening to music without singing along reduces stress hormones, but didn't stimulate the body's immune system. So it's great to sing along, hit the radio or wherever. Singing helps develop a sense of belonging and connection. When you sing together with others, you're likely to feel the same kind of camaraderie and bonding that players on sports teams experience. In a 2014 study of 11,258 school children, researchers found that children in a singing and musical engagement program developed a strong sense of community and social inclusion by singing together. In a 2016 study involving 375 adult participants, researchers found that people who sang together in a group reported a higher sense of well-being and meaningful connection than people who sang solo. And there's a chemical reason for this. Oxytocin. You ever heard of oxytocin before? The love hormone or the feel-good hormone. Spontaneous, improvised singing causes your body to release this feel-good hormone, which may help you have a heightened sense of connectedness and inclusion. Singing does a lot. I think that's why we sing so much here in church. I really do. Okay, another one. I think, Shannon, you mentioned this one. And singing enhances memory in people with dementia. That's been shown. That's proved. I have personal experience with this myself. I was able to sing with a group, and we sang at a memory care place, and people sang along. They remembered the words. Yeah. In a study that was done by the Alzheimer Foundation, the researchers report that one of the participants said, "It feels so good to remember And not only did they remember the words to the song, but life circumstances that surrounded their participation in that song. They got to remember some parts of their lives. People with Alzheimer's. Kind of a technical way of saying this is researchers found that singing songs learned at a younger age caused a spontaneous return of autobiographical details for many people. Now, these are just some of the benefits of singing. We talked about the benefits of gratitude, and we talked now about the benefits of singing. Now, all of this kind of makes sense, because if you believe, as we teach, that there is one life, one love, one God, one presence in every person, all our minds share in that oneness, all of us live in that oneness, if you understand that, it makes perfect sense that when we show gratitude to other God beings, when we sing with other godlings, we actually become more alive in our minds and hearts so that we can express the goodness that lives within us. It just makes sense. You see, I feel that when we sing together, when we sing with gratitude, when we're together in joy and happiness, what we're doing is taking that still, small, whispering voice that we heard about in Dr. Holmes' quote and giving it an external voice so we can sing out loud and we can let the benefits of life and love and joy be clearly stated and without mistake. So it's like we do all the time. Okay. Now, practicing gratitude is one of the most fundamental spiritual practices of our teaching. Mystics and adherents to faith have known for centuries about the practice of gratitude. And I will quote Meister Eckhart, as did Shannon. If the only prayer you ever say in your entire life is thank you, it will be enough. Do you know when he lived, by the way? 14th century. He lived in an area that's now Germany. Science now has supported this intuitive, experience-based awareness. Isn't it great when science supports our beliefs and practices? That's why us religious scientists, as we like to call ourselves, kind of groove on that when it happens. Right? Hey, look at science coming right along, catching up with us. It's catching up with us. Yep. Now, while we don't really list spiritual singing as one of our key spiritual practices, we certainly do enough of it. Are any of you familiar with New Thought musicians? Name a couple. Anybody? Daniel Nahmad. Yeah, who else? Karen Drucker. Yeah. Anybody else? Let's see. I've got a few here. Ricky Byers. How about Ricky Byers Beckwith? Yeah, remember her? Oh, it's beautiful songs. And Jamie Lula. Pardon?
Yeah.
Dr. Darcy Schmidt. Yes. Jamie Lula? Anybody a fan of Jamie Lula? How about Gary Lynn Floyd or Eddie Watkins Jr.? Yeah, they're all in this genre of New Thought music. Okay.
Omen and Shante. Anybody remember them?
Who?
They were some of the original people to do New Thought music, Omen and Shante.
Omen
They were
and Shante.
amazing. They did some great music, some of the classics.
So you have a deeper knowledge than we do. That's wonderful. As we move toward our conclusion this morning, it's the amazing power of the creative life force that brings into expressions so many forms of life. We talked about the people in our lives, our families, our friends, our teachers, our role models, our heroes. And we've talked about other beings. Well, yes, we did talk a little bit about other beings, the furry ones that got 4 legs, right? Our dogs and our cats, right? They're part of this whole experience of life that's just filled with joy and filled with energy. They're great benefits. The truth of it all is that goodness comes in so many ways. Every goodness is a blessing in its own right. Now, I encourage you to consider this little thing. If someone gives you a gift or does a favor like buying your breakfast, just say thank you. There's no need to say, oh, you don't have to do that. You don't have to just say thank you. That's all. It's so easy. Notice the little things. So, when I write checks or when our treasurer writes checks and Gail Preem signs them normally, Afterwards, there's the check comes in two parts, one of those folded deals. So in the bottom part, I usually write, thank you for supplying us with our internet connection, or thank you for whatever it's for the electricity that keeps our lights on. Just put a little message. It doesn't hurt anything to put a little message with your checks. That's really, I think it's a nice practice. Anyway, and maybe just simple thing. You're at the supermarket, your checker. Thank you for getting my groceries to me. Again, consider writing a list of all the blessings you enjoy and then what you'd like to have in life, and then compare them later. Perhaps you would feel comfortable writing just 5 things every night before going to bed. 5 things that you're grateful for. All these practices are good. Writing down these things helps fix them in our awareness and helps our awareness to grow. Now, back to basic metaphysics. Life, spirit, God is all about love. You agree with that? God is love. You go with that. That's the best short definition I've ever found. That love is perfect, and it is ours. It lives in our hearts. Gratitude for me is a form of love. When we stir up the fiery coals of love in our hearts with gratitude, we spark up life itself. We open our hearts and minds to see and feel the many blessings that we already have. And we're playing in the field of the infinite, out beyond the edge of all laws and rules. We're in the infinite loving space of the divine. What a joyful experience that is. Oh, all we need to do is appreciate life itself and devote ourselves to life and practice being alive, awake, and aware in gratitude and sing with gratitude. Yes, do that. I was getting a haircut yesterday, and I asked my stylist, barber is what I used to call him. I think they're hairstylists now. I asked him, where do you do your singing? I wasn't expecting to get much. Oh, he says, I sing in the car. Oh, with the radio? Yeah, with the car. He says, and I sing in the shower. Oh, you sing in the shower too? Oh, okay, well, that's wonderful. It adds reverberation, to things. I sing when I do housework. Oh, okay. I sing even here at the shop when I'm cleaning up. I had no idea he was so much into song. It's wonderful. It's a universal gift. We don't have to have great voices to do it. Just sing. Yeah. I'd like to close with a couple quotes. I will praise God's name in song and glorify him with thanksgiving. That's Psalm 69, verse 30. We might rephrase it if we like to be a little more metaphysical about it and say, I will praise life itself in song and glorify it with thanksgiving. That's the truth about life. That's the truth. Okay, there's a little poem. There's a little poem that I found entitled Gratitude, and it's by Nancy J. Carmody, Carmody. I am thankful for the mess to clean up after a party, because it means I've been surrounded by friends. I am grateful for the taxes that I pay, because it means that I'm employed and have income. I am grateful for the clothes that fit a little too snug, because it means that I have enough to eat. Okay. I am grateful for the shadow that watches me work, because it means I'm out in the sunshine. Yeah, yes. I am grateful for the alarm that goes off in the early morning hours, because it means that I'm alive. Yeah. So, be grateful. You are alive, you are awake, and you are aware. And I invite you to make this a special goal for this week. Let your gratitude extend to all aspects of your life. Be grateful for all you have. Open your heart wide to love. Let's sing, I don't know, Darcy, maybe you could, I am so blessed a couple times.
We
just for
got
fun.
it right now.
Okay.
Ready, Brett? I am so blessed.
Let's all sing.
We'll all sing. It's easy. Blessed, there we are. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed.
Namaste. That is our lesson for today.
Yes.
Oh, it's wonderful. I think, do we have a song you want to sing?
We
now?
do.
Okay.
We do.
All right. It's a beautiful song.
This is a song they call it the Song of the Soul. And I believe that all of us have that song. The song that is from our soul, that speaks to us and guides us through the world and helps us to find that gratitude always. Okay. Oh, open my eyes that I may see. Yep. Open my eyes that I may see glimpses of truth thou hast for me. Open my eyes, illumine me, Spirit divine. Sing with me if you know it. Love of my life, I am crying, I am not dying, I am dancing, dancing along in the madness. There is no sadness, only a song of the soul, and we'll sing this song. Why don't you sing along? And we can sing for a long, long time. Why don't you sing this song? Why don't you sing along? And we can sing for a long, long time. Well, what do you do for a living? Are you forgiving, giving shelter? Follow your heart, love will find you, truth will unbind you. Sing out a song of the soul, and we'll sing this song. Why don't you sing along? And we can sing for a long, long time. Why don't you sing this song? Why don't you sing along? And we can sing for a long, long time. One more verse, here it is. Come to your life like a warrior, nothing will bore you, you can be happy. Let in the light, it will heal you, and you can feel you. Sing out a song of the soul, and we'll sing this song. Why don't you sing along? And we can sing for a long, long time. Why don't you sing this song? Why don't you sing along? And we can sing for a long, long time. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, for goodness sakes.
Doesn't it feel good to sing together? Come on.
Well, I think we had a great lot of fun this morning. And a lot of good singing and even some dancing and standing and being here. So let's just give this a chance to share not only our enthusiasm and our gratitude and our love, but to share our goodness, to share our ability to support our place of worship, our place of song, our place of fellowship and happiness in an offering. And so turn now, if you would, if you probably don't need to, but you might turn to the program, and we will read this offering together. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. Yes.
give and receive. I am
So blessed.
I am so blessed. What? I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
The blessings that come into our soul arise from within and yet are expressed through the universe as it showers us with its goodness, as it brings us into expressions of abilities, possibilities, life experiences, that so long as our hearts are open and our spirits are willing, we can participate in the joy of the infinite, in the wonderful feeling of gratitude, thanksgiving, and joy that lives in our hearts. We sing about this. We love it. And we just know this is the truth. And let us declare together. And so it is.
It is.
Okay, we're ready to go to the end. Our prayer of protection, would you like to stand up at this point? And we'll do this in the peace song. I think most everybody knows it. It's in the program if you don't know the words. The light
Of God surrounds us.
the
The love of God enfolds us.
the
Power of God protects us.
the
Presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Let's sing about peace.
Go ahead, peace out. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that
before everybody leaves, our friend Dennis has an announcement he'd like to make to the congregation. Dennis. I don't know if I can get this to go around.
Yeah, Prince. The Grateful Heart. I was just going to look that up, but I can't remember who it's by.
Okay, is this working?
Grateful Heart.
Doesn't seem to be.
Well, let me double check. Just here, I can look up. Just,
Okay, is this working? Hmm.
oh no, that's no. Grateful Heart is it's a old song. I learned just a second here.
Maybe it's
Let
not
me just
working.
make sure that it's the right one. I want to make sure I can. Because there's a bunch of them. It just.
Okay, yes.
Hello? Oh,
Yeah, see, there's a ton of them.
well, I wanted to make a gift to our pastor and
Grateful
our
Heart Christian
practitioner. And I want to say that I've had some healing doing this. And I wanted to let them know the church prayers, our pastor, wonderful prayers. And I thank you for that. I've had a healing with, they called it heart AFib. And that's not everybody gets that done, but I thank everybody in the prayers here. Okay, it's solid. They said I had water on the heart. Yeah, gone. They had no reason for having that. Anyway.
All the tests and everything?
And we went to the heart doctor, and he says, I can't really say that you had no heart problems. So he doesn't believe it. But he said, you got a little bit browner heart. I said, that's the covering to keep all the love that's in there. And I keep giving that out, you know. But I've had another healing, which is got to talk to my first son. He's got cancer. My second son's got cancer. And that's a breakthrough. The last one I had was yesterday, meeting a nephew that his father passed away before he could meet him. And I had the pleasure of telling him about it. Yeah. So that was a good, that was a blessing that God wanted me to pass on. And secondly, or lastly here, the facility I'm in, we have a couple guys in there that they keep not giving enough medications, okay? It's not the right, they got the right medications, but not giving enough of it, and they're screaming at pain from their hips. I need to give some names out so we all can all pray for them. We, as get together here, we're more powerful. We have all the stuff we need to do here. Everything our pastor has said today, I believe. I have kept a journal. It is good. Okay? So I want to give our pastor, you got him? And our practitioner. She has them. Kathy will give them up. Oh, there we go. This is for their families to go to Marco Polo to have a family appreciation. Okay, I do appreciate everybody here, and when I'm not here, I'm praying for everybody. Okay, and the men and ladies at this facility. I'll just go real fast here. Dwayne, he's went home, and I have James. He's next to me. He's the one that's an Army guy that his hip is hurting bad. I have a 96-year-old lady. Her name is Joy. It was a nice name, Joy. And she has, she's not happy about all her friends leaving. And so I've been busy giving her a little, trying to get her smart. And she says, get out of here. I said, well, heck, Joy, I'm going to make you smile yet. I send you my love. Oh, get out of here. And that's Joy. And I have Laura. Sammy, she's sitting in a wheelchair and she doesn't have much.
You've been the messenger of joy over there.
And she was crying for help and nobody would help her. I went over and spent an hour or so more with her and talked to her. She's not too with it, and I'm making some headway, and it was doing fine. There was another lady that I met in the hallway, but I never got back to her. They're all kind of needing the better care that they should have. I'm not impressed with the physician, but we need to pray for him too.
Let's bring this to a close.
I will. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Let's acknowledge Dennis for sharing from his heart this morning. All right. I know there's some goodies downstairs, so let's go have some.